Hi, this is Bill. So on this lesson, you will learn how to open flows in Flow Designer. So previously, I've showed you the details, what the different components basically provides you and what you can do. And now to open the flow is the first step is you go to the Flows tab, right? And as you click this flow application, then it will create multiple tabs, so one tab for each flow. And as we scroll down, right, so you will notice that the flows are inside an application or a spoke. So in your example or our example, we will be sitting inside the Need IT application as previously mentioned. So these applications are like a bucket or a repository where each flow should sit in. And by default, you can either create it under global scope. So depending on where you're building your flow or workflow, so you need to know where to basically, which application are you trying to build it for? And as you establish that, then you need to house it correctly on the application that you are building your workflow to. So it's quite important on the application scope because your workflow that you will be building could have an intent. And you will see at the bottom what spoke you have opened the workflow or created your workflow. And you may have confidentiality instances that your flow and data is only available inside your application. So I don't want you to worry about that at the moment since you learn it from your experience. But in ServiceNow, you have those feature set already provided to you to ensure that the data and the process is housed on the correct umbrella or application scope. And as you configure your application as read-only or write access, so you are providing other developers like yourself to edit a flow or hinder them to have read-only. So you will see here in the lower left that some applications are protected to ensure that any processes will not be edited because it will have an impact on the behavior of the workflow. And to give you a demo of what's being shown here, so let us navigate to the PDI. So the first step is some process automation to give you a picture. And under process automation, so let us make the view bigger. So you'll have Flow Designer. So inside, as we click, as you can see, let's open a new tab and let us maybe clean up from the GitHub tab so we won't be needing them for now. And you will see this is what we have showed you. And you can see there's some difference in the UI already, but the main components are still here, like the flows, subflows, right? And then we have playbooks, but this will be discussed on another lesson on playbooks. And from here, you could drill down to the workflow. So I'll leave that for you to explore. And as we navigate to the studio, right, you will have also the ability to create a flow from here, right? So as we type flow, you can see that it's type flow designer, right? So I could click that and click create, and it's creating a new one, a new workflow using the flow designer object. And as we exit, you will see on the left, you will have the different components of your application from data model, the forms, server side, rules, and let us navigate to the flow. So if you have so many objects already created, so one of the techniques is do a search, right? And basically you can code search or go to search, right? And do a search basically in what you're looking for. So that's one of the few ways of using the studio. So let us make this organized. So from the dots model, so let's basically those the forms, the server development, client development, access control, properties, navigation. So you can see we are getting organized on what we have here. So right now, I don't see any flows that has been created. And let us basically create a sample. So as we basically create one, so to give you a picture, so let me change my screen share so you could basically see my whole screen. So let me do that again, right? To ensure that you can see. So let me go to create application, then type in flow. And as I drill down and do create, right? And it has pop up this window. And let us create a flow here. And let's say, let's have sample flow, right? Sample, right? You can see it's already falling on the need IT application. So let us build that flow. And as you can see, it has created this flow. And let us make it bigger and let us have a trigger and create it, right? So as you can see, the save button is now activated. So let us save it for the time being, just to prove the concept, and do an exit. And you can see the flows tab is now available for us to view. I hope you find it helpful. I'll see you on the next video.